championships and laying them on the desk of Vince McMahon and putting the power back in the palm of his hands? Or will it be Stone Cold Steve Austin who wins back the company's WCW title and throws The Rock's ass right out of this company? Could you imagine if The Rock pulled off the win and we had to figure out some way to sign him to a big lucrative deal just to save those championships? He has already been offered a contract, as Tajiri and Edge were when the alliance ended. The Rock refused, trying to get as much money from Shane as he could, and Shane said, no, I'm not going to do it. Instead, he figured out a way to get The Rock to come uncontracted and defend his title at Starrcade. Commissioner Regal having his way with Chavo Guerrero and stomping away, choking away at Guerrero in the corner. Hello, Commissioner, you're looking great in there, taking down Chavo Guerrero. One thing I noticed is annoying him as a pest that Chavo Guerrero has been, the fans have really been getting behind Chavo. I mean, they really feel for him. I think at first they didn't really care for him, but now they see all the effort and everything that he's going through trying to keep his job, and the fans are really starting to try to get behind this underdog story. The fans, they always love a true underdog story. Quick roll up by Commissioner Regal, just a one count. Chavo Guerrero able to kick out. Fans all over the world always love an underdog story, and I believe that's what Chavo Guerrero is here tonight, is an underdog story. Commissioner Regal with a big uppercut, now going after Nick Patrick. The hell is he doing? Well, he's the commissioner, he can do whatever the heck he wants. He just tosses Patrick out of the ring, ties up, go behind, back elbow, and wait a minute, look at, oh, the power of the punch while referee Nick Patrick was making his way back into the ring. Look at the replay. Nick Patrick was making his way into the ring, didn't see the power of the punch by Commissioner Regal. Not that the power of the punch was illegal to begin with, but he takes Chavo Guerrero out. I believe Chavo is knocked out, and now a submission maneuver onto Chavo. Nick Patrick checking on Chavo.
Submit!
And that's gonna be it. Chavo Guerrero taps out Commissioner Regal with the power of the punch, tossing Nick Patrick out of the ring. He hits him with the power of the punch. How great is Commissioner William Regal getting the win and taking out Chavo? Fans, do not go away. The Alliance United States title is next. Edge versus Christian. Welcome back to the announce table. Tony Schiavone and the ECW General Manager Paul Heyman. We still have so much action for you fans tonight. Coming up next, Christian versus Edge. The United States Championship is on the line. Christian with a sneak attack on Edge 2 weeks ago on Nitro, calling out Edge. Edge responds and says, I'll take you on one-on-one. Personally backstage, not caught on cameras. Christian convincing Edge, put the United States Championship on the line, prove that you're a fighting champion here in the Alliance. If you're going to hold a WCW Championship, you need to be a fighting champion. Edge says, I'll put my title on the line. United States title coming up next, Edge versus Christian. And later tonight, Stone Cold Steve Austin wrestles for the first time on Alliance Nitro. He goes one-on-one with Test. But Paul Heyman, we gotta talk really quickly, specifically about the championship situation, Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, and everything that went down last week. If you missed it last week, it was absolutely explosive here on Alliance Nitro. The Rock refusing to sign a contract here with WCW and ECW, so Stone Cold Steve Austin personally sends an Alliance jet with a camera crew with a satellite feed with everything over to get The Rock on the screen, to get The Rock to come back to Alliance Nitro. He was on Alliance Nitro, but he won't come back, he won't sign a contract. Stone Cold Steve Austin, the WWF champion, holds the title of a dead company, while The Rock has our WCW championship. The Stone Cold Steve Austin calls out The Rock. One more match, me and you, let's unify the titles. Stone Cold Steve Austin willing to put the last world championship that the Alliance has on the line against The Rock in order to get the WCW title back. The Rock eventually accepting the matchup, but not without adding a few of his own little stipulations. The only way that The Rock would show up here, Paul, is he said he wanted catering, he wanted that jet to be right back to pick him up with first-class service, bring him to the arena, He wants pyro, explosions, lights, music, videos, everything. The Rock is only coming back for that lone reason. He could easily sit at home with his WCW Championship. He has no obligation to defend it, with him not being an Alliance superstar. But he's only coming back because his ego is so big and he wants the glory one last time. Not only that, we've been hearing that The Rock's going to bring his own referee. So many talks have been happening. And also on his own website, TheRock.com, The Rock has been threatening the other reason he has decided to come back and fight Stone Cold Steve Austin in the title for title match at Starrcade. The reason he's willing to put so much on the line is that Stone Cold Steve Austin, if he loses the championship, he is going to take both the WWF and the WCW championships. Not only will we be left without a world champion, we're going to have to figure out something. I understand there already have been talks of what might happen should Stone Cold lose the WWF championship. But that's neither here nor there right now. We'll discuss that at a later time. The Rock is saying on his website he's going to personally take the WWF and WCW championships and lay them on the desk of Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon would literally have power back in his hands if he had both the WCW and WWF championships. Who knows how much leeway Vince McMahon would have if The Rock would hand deliver him the championship. That's how big and that's how important this matchup is. Sure, there's a way we can figure out how to have a new world champion. There's been talks of bringing the ECW championship out of retirement and Rhino being the world champion. There's been talks of whoever is the United States champion, that title would eventually move up and become the world champion. That perhaps we could sign a deal with The Rock if we give him enough good service while he's with us at the Alliance. There are so many possibilities out there right now, but the one thing we have to worry about is The Rock threatening to leave those titles with Vince McMahon. The power, literally, in the palm of Vince McMahon's hands. Fans, you do not want to miss Starrcade. It is a night that nobody will ever forget, and it will be the biggest night in the history of our sport. The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Everything is on the line for the Alliance. Who will be the new unified champion? Well, speaking of champions, coming up right now, it's Edge, it's Christian. United States Championship on the line. Christian versus Edge, brother versus brother. A co-main event tonight on Alliance Nitro for the WCW ECW United States Championship, easy for me to say. And here comes the man who will not be defending his championship, but is hoping to become a double champion, the former WWF European and now current Alliance World Television Champion. It's Christian. And Christian, he made the jump to the Alliance a couple of months ago when he aligned with us in order to take down the WWF, because much like our leader, Stone Cold Steve Austin, not feeling appreciated, thinking that Edge was the golden boy and the WWF was grooming him to be a big star. Well, Christian came over here, and originally the fans were big fans of Christian, but ever since Edge joined the Alliance when he won the title unification match against Edge, Christian kind of, you know, he ruined matches, he used outside interference, he used weapons, and he kind of lost the respect of the fans. The fans at the Alliance expect to see awesome, great matches each and every week here on WCW ECW. Christian wasn't giving them that, and the fans have kind of turned them on Christian and have kind of looked towards Edge, and they like the kind of attitude, they like the personality that Edge brings to the Alliance. Christian just couldn't stand that. Indeed, the Alliance United States title will be on the line. The second title defense for Edge in a week. He's wrestled on all three editions of Nitro. Went to a no contest on week number 1 after interference by Christian. Picked up an ECW rules victory against Rhino last week. And tonight, putting it all up on the line in a co-main event. Christian versus Edge. And we say co-main event because later on tonight, in your main event, the world champion Stone Cold Steve Austin will wrestle for the first time on Alliance Nitro That is later tonight in your main event, but here we go. Brother versus brother, Edge versus Christian. They've had a series of great matches. The first of such happened at Unforgiven, where Christian needed to use a chair as a low blow in order to roll up Edge and get a pinfall victory. However, since then, Edge has gotten revenge on Christian. He defeated Christian in a ladder match following Concerto at the top of the ladder to win back his Intercontinental title at No Mercy, and then at Rebellion, he defeated Christian in a steel cage match. So in this feud, Edge has had the advantage over Christian after Christian jumped down to an early advantage, but right now it's all Christian, and he hits a plancha over the top rope to take down his brother Edge. Christian certainly jumped out to what we thought was going to be a great advantage, as these guys are fighting really close to us. Let's just slip out of the way here, Schiavone. Christian looked like that he was going to be the one that was going to take the reins of the new brother. He was going to win this feud. He was going to do it, but then Edge, when it got to the ladder match environment, that we thought that Christian was going to thrive, and look at that missile drop kick off the top rope. We really thought that Christian was going to thrive in these elements. It turns out he didn't. He wasn't able to thrive. It was Edge who got the win in the ladder match. Edge who got the win in the steel cage match. Oh, Christian kicking away. And now Christian's got another opportunity in a singles match here tonight to try to prove his worth against his brother Edge. Christian battling away, punching away at Edge. Edge trying to block those shots. He's able to block a couple of them, but he can't seem to get out of the way there. Edge just rolling through to get out of the way of Christian. A very smart move. Edge trying numerous times to block the punches of Christian. Couldn't quite do it. So he finally just had to sacrifice himself and roll through to get away from his brother Christian. Edge hitting the drop kick, spinning heel kick, knocking Christian back into the buckle, stomping away at the midsection. Down goes Christian, and Edge starting to pick up a head of steam. WCW versus WCW matchup here tonight, and there's a roll-up by Edge. There's a cover. Could we see Edge retain? No, only a 1 count. A show that's been ECW dominated here tonight, but now WCW takes center stage as the co-main events. Edge versus Christian, and Stone Cold Steve Austin in action later tonight versus Test. Christian with a quick roll-up. I think he's got a handful of tights. Referee Earl had their view obstructed, but Edge able to kick out after just 1. And you see these superstars, unlike WWF wrestlers, who they need until a 2 count to kick out. The Alliance superstars, they are some of the best trained, physically gifted athletes, and it might only take a 1 count before one of them gets their shoulder up in the air. And you've seen in this matchup, it's so early on, as Christian is just beating Edge around the ring, elbow shot after elbow shot, just knocking Edge clear across the ring. He's trying to weaken him now because there's been nothing but 1 count after 1 count after 1 count in this matchup. And Christian just trying to knock Edge out, knocking him clear across the ring. And you gotta weaken these guys down, or else that's all you're gonna get is 1 counts. Right you are, Paul Heyman, and now Christian playing to the fans. He better watch out. Edge is back up to his feet, and Edge catches Christian, hits him in the face with a drop kick. Christian playing to the crowd might have been a big mistake, because here comes Edge, another drop kick to the face, knocking Christian into the buckle. Now Edge is going to return the favor with a couple of elbows to the face of Christian. Now he's going to go around the ring. What a matchup this has been. Only on WCW ECW Alliance Nitro will you get this kind of action. Edge now pounding Christian across the ring. Collar elbow